Today we'll focus on two major challenges confronting our nation: the rising cost of fuel and the persistent problem of insecurity across Nigeria. Many Nigerians are struggling with the impact of increasing petrol prices. Transportation fares continues to rise, the cost of food is climbing steadily, and businesses are battling higher operational costs. For ordinary citizens, the ripple effect is felt everywhere, from the market to the workplace and even within households trying to manage daily expenses. Fuel remains the lifeblood of Nigerians' economy. When the price rises, almost every sector feels the impact. Small businesses that depend on generators spend more to stay operational, transporters increase fares, and ultimately the burden is passed on the average Nigerian. Yet many citizens continue to ask a pressing question: how can a nation blessed with crude oil resources still face such difficulties in making fuel affordable and accessible? While economic concerns dominate daily conversations, another issues continue to cast a shadow our national life: insecurity. From kidnapping to banditry and violent attack in various parts of the country, insecurity has remained a major concern for communities and authorities alike. Many Nigerians continue to worry about the safety of lives and properties, especially in rural communities and areas where security challenges have persisted for years. The reality is that economic hardship and insecurity often feed into each other. Where there is unemployment and poverty, criminality can increase. Where insecurity grows, economic activity suffers. Farmers abandon their field, businesses shut down early, and communities live in fear. This creates a circle that slows national development and deepens the challenges facing the country. For many Nigerians, the hope remains that stronger policies, improved security strategies, and responsible economic management will help address these twine challenges. Because ultimately, the success of any nation depends on two basic assurance for its people: security and economic stability. The question before us today is therefore simple but profound: how can Nigeria effectively tackle insecurity while also easing the economic burden on its citizens? That is the conversation we are having today on Now Streaming. So stay with us. I am your uncle, Somtochukolo Kizo. And with me in the studio are my co-anchors.
Femi Ogundaye, good morning, Tumta.
Good morning, and thank you for being with me this morning.
You're welcome.
And also,
I'm Chinedu Blessing. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, ma. And let me use this opportunity to wish you a happy modern Sunday.
Thank you.
Oh, sure, yes.
Thank
Good morning,
you.
Sunday.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
All right, viewers, remember you can be a part of this conversation. Kindly call the number showing on your screen or send us your comment via any of our social media platforms also showing on your screen. It is also a delight to hear from you. Let the conversation begin with a review of some newspaper that came in early today. I'll be starting with the Vanguard this
All
morning.
right. The Vanguard newspaper looking at the major story. Displaced. 3.7 million Nigerians now in 3,900 camps over insecurity. We have the kickers. Wartime relics dot state capitals in peacetime. How government orders responding. And beside the picture story, we have Tinubu backs media campaign against big tech. That's we can find on page 4 of the Vanguard. Iran vows to hunt down, kill Netanyahu. That's the president of Israel. And that's we can also find on page 4 of the Vanguard. And lastly, from here we have our national hero lived with disappointment till death. That's going to Onigbinde, the former head coach of Nigeria Super Eagles, who died a few weeks ago. And that we can find on page 2 of the Vanguard. Thank you so much. That's all we have.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's take a look at the Guardian this morning.
Okay, looking at the Guardian newspaper, we have Higher Federation Account Allocation Committee FAACNNs offer Nigeria leverage to rebuild physical buffer. Strips deputy of key position, scrapes Kano ministry. And then on page 6 of The Guardian, we have PDP reconciliation talks fail as Wike faction takes control of state. We also have page 5 where we have news. Sanwo-Olu's free medical outreach for police will enhance efficiency, says DIG Zone 2. We have the Middle East crisis, Nigerian Labour Congress, and then C, Central for the Protection of Private Enterprise, CPPE, Rally FG, to Local Solutions Safeguard. You will get that on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have on page 18 where it says how Middle East war is reinventing survivor crisis. And lastly, on page 4, we have UK members of parliamentaries urge Starmer to engage Tinubu on Christian killings. So we have this and more on the Guardian newspaper. So please do well to pick one of this and get details of the news.
All right, thank you so much. And we'll take a look at the Punch newspaper with me this morning. And just above the masthead there, we have US probe Nigeria, others in labor rights crackdown. And the story we can find on page 55 of the Punch newspaper. And then we have the major story, which we would also be delving into quickly. It says the US-Iran war, petrol prices surge, sparks relief calls. The story we can find on page 6 on the Punch newspaper. And then just below that, we have some kicker stories that we can find on page 34 that says UK visit, the federal government alleges plot to embarrass Tinubu. And then on page 28 we have suspended bandits nabbed near Akure airport. Suspected, not suspended, sorry, suspected bandits nabbed near Akure airport. And then still on page 28, the last story we'll be taking says Wike backed faction installs PDP escorts in Bayelsa, Ekiti and Oyo. And that's all we have to take this morning on our dailies that came in early. So we want to encourage you viewers to please pick any of these newspapers dailies and just read so you can stay informed with the recent happenings in our society. Then coming to you, Michael Uncle, there's this story we just found on page 28. It says it's concerning the backlash between the PDP, and it just makes me wonder: could it be
Between
this wiki factions, the happenings in the PDP? So it just makes me wonder: how is it that up to this point, where we have few weeks to go for the submission of presidential candidates to the INEC, and it's as though the PDP hasn't even put their house in order? It makes me wonder: are we really heading for any election come 2027? Your thoughts on that?
you know, something very funny is that those people in PDP or those who were in PDP before that took Wike to court have all defected to APC. You know, there was a time that Wike locked Wadata House,
Yeah.
their headquarters. Those guys that took him to court have now all defected, except for Makinde, governor of Oyo State,
Yeah.
and Bala Mohammed, governor of Bauchi State. People call them two men standing. Those are those guys, and some people are saying that Makinde, allegedly anyway, is working for Tinubu, because till now no meeting. Court order said they should not hold any neck meeting. Wike is preparing neck meeting here now, and court is giving him a go ahead to go and probably arrange a meeting for the PDP executive, that's National Executive Council meeting, to meet. So you look at it, and Wike came out few days ago, and said, this our PDP will not be destroyed. These are PDP.
The PDP in question is not even a house that is standing right
That's
now.
what he said.
If at all it is even standing, probably we can describe it to be a chair that is just three-legged. So you sit on it, and there's every possibility that you can fall. There's every possibility that if you sit properly, you might stand. So what is the fate? Because it's as though we have, before the rise of the Labour Party, it was as though we have just two major political parties in Nigeria, the APC and the PDP, because they could match their strength.
Can I shock you that as it is now we don't have any opposition party. Labour Party is gone, PDP is gone. ADC, as of few days ago, there was court order that removed David Mark as their chairman, national chairman, and imposed supposedly Tinubu ally from the north. You understand? So now, somebody said Tinubu is going to win in grand style come next election. Now we don't even know where Peter Obi belongs. We are begging, some people are begging ADC to give him tickets. Some are saying Atiku is eligible, let them go to open field. And we know that when they give to open field, Atiku may win the ticket. So as it is now, we don't even understand. Shogure is everywhere. Few days ago, he was in Abia State campaigning for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and you don't have opposition. Peter Obi is very strong, but then no political platform, and the time is going. Where will he pick his ticket? ADC is not ready to give him ticket. Mention these guys that can face Tinubu headlong. They have been displaced. Political parties are being infiltrated by the opposition. Wike is there now doing many things. I just showed you a video that we have judges' quarters. Not that they were built, they were giving just ordinary, they were giving duplexes. And again, with SUV at the frontage. Enter your house with SUV. They said
So all of these things are okay.
I'm having a feeling that there's a kind of sabotage in all these political parties. Whenever an opposition party rises up, it's as if something comes up and then it triggers a problem, and before you know it, so somehow APC seem not to have any opposition against it, because there's always one sabotage that will always come up in all these other parties that are opposition. So I don't think PDP is ready.
So could it even be that the essence of the houses and the cars that are being given to the judges, probably judges of appeal courts, or judges of all the judges? So is it more like to buy?
Some people are saying that the judiciary is in the bag.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I want to use this platform to speak and say to Mr. President, you are a renowned Democrat. But then since the inception of APC and of course when you have been voted in as a president, we've seen the democracy under threat. Mr. President, please, in the days of Nadeko, in the days of AD, please, Mr. President, allow opposition party. This is becoming a threat to democracy. Seriously.
and still speaking. Okay, before that, viewers, please, we want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts concerning this matter. The way the politics of Nigeria is heading at this point. What are your thoughts on it? What do you have to say? Because the hope come 2027 to probably even find a party to just, if not for anything, because what a lot of people are looking forward to is just give us a party where we can just put our fingerprints. We really don't want to stay back at home. Neither do we want our votes to be given to a certain. Just give us anything at all. Let's just give you our vote. And so we want to hear from you, viewers. What are your thoughts on this matter? And still speaking on the shambles in which our democracy is running into. We have a video to play for you this morning. And as funny as it may sound, it's a video of branded rice being distributed by the government of the day. So please stay with us. We'll be back shortly. We just watched a video of the branded bag of rice with the face of our president boldly printed on it, and it in this critical moment, I one question that comes to mind is, what is, in Igbo we say obubandu, what is our covenant with rice? Like, why is why is it that the first thing the government thinks about is rice? You lose someone, a bandit comes to a locality or a community to raid. The next result is take rice to them. You want to buy votes, give them rice. There is this covenant Nigeria has with rice. The people are complaining of insecurity. The people are complaining of the surge in petrol prices for the past 1 week now and counting, and the best the government could offer is, and although there is an improvement this time around, it's coming with granite oil, it's coming with red oil, and it's coming with some level of condiment. So you don't just, it's not like they're giving you the usual rice, then you sort out the condiments yourself. This time around they're giving you what you need. So if you don't have tomatoes, you can bleach the palm oil and then get something. Your thought
The
on
only
it?
thing I saw now is an upgrade of impunity. Before it used to be 5 robbers or 5 tin of rice. Now they have 1 bag.
50 kg.
50
Not
kg.
just 25 kg.
Yes.
50.
50 kg to a family. So it's an upgrade of impunity. And you said, why rice? Because the government, our leaders have imposed poverty as a means to get at us. You believe that there is nobody as of now that you will give a bag of rice, 50 kg, and for 1 week will not be calling you to say thank you. Except for the elite who have it in excess. So it's an upgrade of impunity. And number 2 is that there is this statement released by the presidency that all religious leaders will be given enough of them for Lent and for Ramadan. The presidency has released this as a statement. I want to say, if our religious leaders want to stand with the masses, it would be very great for them to reject such a gift. It's not a gift, it's a bait. An imam from the north came out yesterday to say that the whooping sum of 500 billion naira
Has been
budgeted to buy the religious leaders.
Yeah.
I know part of it is this rice, this granite oil. Of course, if we have greedy religious leaders, some of them might even have 100 back to a pastor. Please, religious leaders, this is the time you can stand with your members, those poor people in your congregation. This is the time you can stand with them by rejecting it. Imagine something that all our pastors in Nigeria, starting from Reverend Hoko, the camp chairman, to the chief imam of National Mosque, rejecting this rise. Do you know the government will think twice?
Definitely.
They will think twice.
True.
But if Khan has gone ahead to accept it in the name of all the Christian community and of course the imam in the name of the Muslim community, it will be very hard for the government to, we buy them cheaply. So like that imam now rejecting money, that I will not be part of this impunity. So I want to say it again, religious leaders should please be good enough to stand with the masses in a time such as this.
Your thoughts on this also?
Our politicians have this mind of putting desperation amongst Nigerians. Now, they don't want to teach us how to fish. They prefer giving us the fish. And then if they give you fish today, tomorrow you come again for the fish. And so that is why you see everybody rushing for this rice. So there's this kind of desperation that has come over Nigerians, this form of poverty that has come over Nigerians, that if you give them just a little amount, they are ready to sell their soul, they are ready to sell everything that they have. Now, these politicians can channel this money for rice into developing our country. Imagine what 500 billion can do in Nigeria. Imagine the road that it can be used to build. Imagine the health sector that it can improve. Imagine the education sector that can be improved.
You know, someone went on AI and typed 500 billion.
Okay.
What can it do? You would be surprised
what it can do.
What it can do.
So
the number of schools it can build, the number of hospitals it can be equipped. You'll be surprised the kilometers of roads. You'll be surprised the electricity it can give. Just 500 billion.
We don't want rice again.
Due respect to our religious leaders. Do you know that 500 billion now? Some pastors, some in quotes, will still shop the money.
Yeah, of course.
And some will not get. And it will cause fight.
Even the so-called rice that is going to be distributed,
some
will hoard it. Still among.
You'll be surprised that you will get to a pastor's house, you will meet 200 bags.
Definitely.
Okay,
and probably share a bag to 2 members rather
than. We deserve the leaders
rice.
We have. If pastors can do that, then what moral ground do we have to put Tinubu in perspective of doing right or doing the right thing? So if you look at what is happening, it's like our leaders know us. They know the kind of mindset we have. They know the kind of people we are, right? If today now, maybe we go to church and all the members just stand and say, Pastor, please, don't collect out of that rice. If you do it, you will lose us.
Wait, what I am seeing right now with the video being displayed is actually 3 bags of rice. 2, can you see?
It's 3
yes,
bags
it's
of
rice. 2 bags of rice to a person. Like the fact that poverty has now been weaponized. You know, before now, it is as though when people come and say, that bag of rice, before you know, you finish it, hunger, you know, but now they are not giving you 3. So you would think twice before refusing.
I said it's an upgrade of impunity.
Wow.
Aye.
If you look at a random person on the street of Nigeria who could not afford 3 square meal and you gave her 3 bags of rice, she will not only vote for Tinubu, she will be singing the praise of Tinubu.
From now till whenever.
You understand? So they understand us. They allow us to go to extreme poverty and give us a bait such that we cannot reject. You understand? So it is very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And watch out. Something will happen. Towards the tail end of this year, you will see pulpits being used as a platform for campaign.
You know, that's speaking of this.
I'm telling you, with what the government is preparing, watch out till middle of this year.
You know, that as you just said that now, it's just reminded me of the circular that the Church of Nigeria released sometime last year.
Okay.
That has actually banned the use of our pulpits for political campaign, and I think it's probably let's just give a kudos to the foresight of our forefathers for implementing such a thing, because I can since it is because by the grace of God I was privileged to be in the last year standing committee, and I could see that it was passed and it was approved by the entire house of the standing committee. So we can say, okay, to an extent it is going to be restricted amongst we Anglicans, because the law has been given by the primate and approved by the standing committee that none of our pulpits is going to be used for any form of political campaign. And so I just, as you said, that it crossed my mind again, because moving into this era of campaign, you're going to see lots of politicians. They will now become frequent members of churches. They are now going to join.
Something you're not getting me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying only politicians using our pulpit.
Yeah.
I'm saying the so-called pastor. If this supposed social welfare scheme that is being prepared by the presidency to our pastors, emergency social welfare scheme, see the light of the day, is being probably is being ratified. You will see pastors carrying Tinubu on their head.
Because
For example, now, if a pastor is being given 50 million naira or 100 million naira, he himself will not only allow politicians to come and use his pulpit, he will be the one that will not know. APC will now have agents beyond the polling units. They will have in the church and it will be pastors because of money.
And come to think of it, I don't think I've actually, maybe I can't recall where during Lenten seasons the government actually give out rices.
This is the first time.
This is actually the
This
first
is the first time.
This is the first time. I think this is the first time I'm actually hearing something
He said
like
he wants to foster unity, and I'm trying to
and this is
understand
actually the first
the
time
unity
close
where it's
to-
coming from.
and so now speaking of okay,
His first year, he didn't do it.
second year,
Second year, he didn't do it. This is not anything but it's a bait.
yeah.
He needs us now. He knows that come next year, people are hungry.
Yeah.
The masses are hungry.
Yeah.
He wants to pacify the leaders so that they can pacify the members.
And you know, in a country like this, if you want to instigate war or strife between, you don't need to do it by tribes. Go religion.
Church,
Just go religion. Once you can get the Muslims against the Christians, that is all. You are good. You don't need to go meet a Yoruba man or an Hausa man.
That's a long thing.
Just go Christian, Muslim, and
because inside the church you have all the tribes.
All the tribes inside. That's true.
And they can get to their members directly.
Yeah.
You know, they said religion is the opium of the masses. And it is very easy for pastors to appeal to the conscience of our members. And when they do that, members are now saying, and it's not as if Tinubu is bad though. And it's not as if, and they will now use the Pauline epistle where he said, pray for all leaders.
It is not easy to be in leadership.
You will now know now that Pauline epistle will suffer come next year. Oh my God.
Okay.
May God help us.
Amen. Okay, viewers, please. We encourage you to be a part of our conversation. Call in, share your thoughts, send us your comments via any of our social media platforms. We would love to hear from you. Speaking on all that has been happening right now, let's delve a little into insecurity. During the past week, we've seen videos of bandits. There was one I watched on Facebook last week, where a man, I can't recall his name exactly, where he said, okay, that he was traveling to Sokoto and then he was now adopted, and now they are requesting for 100 million. You could see the way he sat. it was. I needed to be sure he was. He's
not acting.
He wasn't acting. The way he sat with these guys behind him, they were not even hiding their faces as much with their guns, just standing behind him. And then he said, and he just pleaded with say, please come to my aid. I can't raise this money. It now makes me wonder, just as we said last week, if I should stay in my house and say something against the president, even if I'm in my village where there is no network, they will find me. 24 hours maximum, they will find me. So now the question is, these people record these videos and they post them online through various social media platforms. We have the likes of the NSA, we have the likes of the DSS, who compares themselves to be the FBI and the CIA of the United States. But yet, you can't trace this video. No, it is worrisome, because when you can't trace this video. So what are we really doing in our country?
They are involved in, because they are involved in it. They won't trace it. But immediately you say something against them, they will trace it.
Before now, it used to be a secret. You make phone calls, and the moment you want to start asking too much questions, they end it. But this time around, they make videos. One, could it be the places where they have network reaching them there? So I am asking, can't even the citizens are now asking, can't the location or coordinates of these devices being used to record this and post online be traced?
What are you saying? They have a server controlling it.
Okay.
Right? They are calling under a server, right?
Yes.
Maybe you're using MTN, using
LTL or Glo. Yes.
Few weeks ago, a former governor came out and said he was able to tap into a conversation of some politicians, and he was able to get some facts. That's only one person, an individual.
Okay.
An individual could do that successfully, right? How much more number one government? Hope you are aware that a few days ago, when there was attack in Borno State, in the control room of the Nigerian army, they saw barrage of bandits coming towards them.
I know alert was given.
And they called Nigerian Navy to help them so they can come through airstrike and
No, it's the Air Force that.
Air Force rather. They can use airstrike and
eliminate them.
they said there was no response until these people invaded that place, killed Nigeria military personnel, killed the villagers and displaced them. They saw them. I saw the video.
I saw it.
In fact, we have litanies of videos.
I saw the videos. Why they were still
far
away in their numbers.
Oga, they are more than 1,000. Oga, you understand? So these guys are working, but then we have people sabotaging their efforts.
Thank you.
So we have insiders inside the Nigerian army. You know, we can now begin to look at what T.Y. Danjuma has said. That the Nigerian army, some people, they are colluding with bandits. And if banditry ends, some people's pockets will be dry.
Thank you.
But with this banditry and terrorism, some people are going home smiling at the cost of the citizens' life.
Yeah.
May God show us mercy.
Amen.
Amen. No. It's really a sad incident, and we want to appeal to the likes of our government officials and those that have been saddled with the responsibility, either by election or by appointment, with the responsibility of defending the lives and properties of the citizens, to please see it as a weighty task and not something to joke about. Let's look into this and just use the little privileges that we have to do the right thing. Because I could remember last week I dabbled into the video of the likes of Dora Konili.
Yes.
And it was more like a documentary of her life. And I watched from how she rose from I think to be the zonal coordinator of the petroleum, something like that. And then all of a sudden she was diagnosed with I think a tumor in her heart, I think, and then she was flown to the United States for a surgery. The sum of about $12,000 was paid for her operation, her surgery. But when she got there, the government and the medical practitioners over there conducted another test on her and discovered that it wasn't what our doctors in Nigeria said. And she came back and returned that $12,000 back to the establishment that paid for her and said, the $5,000 you guys gave me for my running around, my upkeep and my diagnosis was enough to cover my expenses. And because of that, when the likes of Obasanjo came into power, he heard of her level of integrity and then appointed her the DG of NAFDAC. And when she got into the office, she realized that a lot of Nigerians were gambling with the lives of their fellow Nigerians with fake drugs. She mentioned the likes of Nestle producing baby formulas that were unhygienic to the health of children, babies. So it made me wonder, companies like this, because I want us to take a look at, you could see even newborn babies that had nothing, that were innocent. Companies were producing adulterated baby formulas. And she said, imagine the number of children that had died.
That's why we have infant mortality now.
Imagine parents that have waited 8, 10 years, 12 years to conceive, and then due to formulas of their children just died all of a sudden. She was like, the number of fake drugs that were in circulation at that time, she had a lot of enemies, a lot of people, even attacks on her own life, attacks on NAFDAC infrastructures in Kaduna and all of that. It was that bad. But in all, she stood her ground to ensure that she fought this thing to the barest minimum and give Nigeria at least a safe place in terms of food and drugs.
Can I say that with this, it's not just our leaders that is the
That is actually where I want to. It is not
the
just
problem
yes,
is
we
the
ourselves.
Nigerians. We are the problem that we are facing in this country. If Somto gets up and starts saying that this color is supposed to be white and not red, you will see this person standing up and fighting Somto. That is, we're not even talking about the presidency, we're not talking about the federal government, we're talking about within our small community. It's the change needs to start with us. We've enough of calling the government.
That was slogan
Enough of calling the government. And have you wondered the rate of cancer,
change begins
the
with me.
rate of sickness this period?
And trust me, if as at then she could battle such number of fake drugs, imagine what is in circulation in this current time.
You know, after she left, it's like NAFDAC just died.
NAFDAC, because she said according to her the number of people that produces fake drugs more are from the east, the easterners. So one of the reasons that they fought the president and that they used to discourage the then President Obasanjo from appointing her was that how do you think she can fight her people? Meanwhile, but with that, she still stood her ground and she fought them. Irrespective of she being an Igbo woman, she still fought her brothers. I said, no, we are talking about Nigerians here. So it makes me wonder how many people are alike, like Dora,
ready to stand up
now, that can stand up against their people and said, no, this thing will not work.
She was even the one that stood up against the wife of Yaradua.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, she
when
was.
She wanted to hide the husband's
death. The husband's death, yes.
She came and said no. And brought in Jonathan.
You see, just one person, just one woman could bring such number of change. Imagine what every Nigerian that is in the office that would not be crying, oh, the cabals are fighting me. Oh, my people said no, I should not do it.
She fought them all.
She fought the government. She was a one-man army. Yes.
Brought in Jonathan.
She was a one-man army. She said she went to the likes of India. She went to the likes of different countries and warned them against the production of fake drugs and sending them into Nigeria. She did not just make enemies within Nigeria. She made enemies outside of Nigeria. So I ask a question. Yes, we always drop it at the door of the president. It is your sole responsibility. But some of all these people have been appointed. They are even the one that are even compromised. They might be the one that are even compromised, probably taking orders from one of their tribal persons saying, no, this is to our favor. We are from the north. Do it to favor us.
Do you know why I will not exonerate the presidency? It's because when you appoint somebody say you don't hire or you can't fire. When you appoint somebody and you so much suspect dereliction of duty, you fire the person, irrespective of the status or probably the tribal affiliation. So that's my problem. If Nigerians are complaining of somebody and say, hey, this person is not doing well. Now, for example, look at the Minister of Power, Adelabu, from Oyo State. He's not doing well. And citizens are shouting that this man is not doing well. And the presidency has left him. I even heard that he's going to contest for governorship of his state, which I know he will not be voted in. I'm half political. I want to put up a caveat. I'm half political, but because of his performance. Look at Olubunmi Ojo, the Minister of Interior. He's performing well. And do you know that they are putting things to remove him? His certificate is not complete. This one is not complete. This one is not complete. Whenever you are doing well in Nigeria, you make enemies and they want to put you out.
So
whenever citizens are complaining of somebody, look at the former IG, Egbetokun. They were complaining that this man is not doing well. Police is going, they are retrogressing.
I'm telling you.
But the man even extended his tenure. These are the reason why I will not exonerate the presidency. Whenever you hear the masses complain about one of your appointees, investigate. And when you investigate and find it so to be, then fire the person.
And still.
Don't you think that some of these people, why they are leaving them is they are also like this bag of rice. Some of them are being sponsored by these people. You know, giving gifts to the presidency and then with your gifts.
I really think our problem, I can't really lay hold and say this is where our problem is. The only
we are the problem.
We are our problems. That is one thing I can greatly say. We are our problem. Still speaking on this level of insecurity. And speaking of how we have the DGs of the DSS, we still have what's his name again? Rabbi, some I can't recall his name, as the NSA, the National Security Advisor to the President, and the likes of these people. Why can't you take it as your sole
Ribadu,
yeah? Why can't you take it as a sole responsibility on yourself, regardless of the enemies you will make, just to see that you restore peace? At least let posterity be kind to you. See the likes of Dora Kuni, even after her death, people still wish we still have the likes of her. Just imagine we have the likes of 10 Dora in the current. In current Nigeria, you could see the changes that could happen. And now, still moving on, let's take a look at the surge and the hike in the cost of petrol, which is like the bloodline of the Nigerian economy. We have the likes of the Ministry of Petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
We have the head. I believe it should also be addressed as the DG of NNPC. And we have them. So you ask yourself a question. For an oil-producing nation as Nigeria, blessed with crude, why do you sit back and watch your citizens suffer? Because down to the least woman on the road, once fuel goes up, it affects everyone. No one is exonerated. Even the woman that sweeps the road is also being affected, because she will still need to transport from her house to her place of assignment. If she probably lives at, let's use Abuja for example, if she probably lives at Gwagwalada and her duty is to sweep at Gariki, she will need to transport herself all the way there. So no matter the least person is also being affected by these things. So you ask yourself, why do we sit and then watch our people suffer? And before we began the show, when we were having a brief interaction, you made a statement, and which I would want you to also still clarify for our viewers, that the Iran-US war is actually not the reason why we have
the Strait of Hormuz has been the supreme leader now. That was the son of the late supreme leader of Iran. He said the Strait of Hormuz has been open for all other countries except for America and Israel and their allies, right? So now the renowned lawyer Femi Falana, he has SAN, was on national TV 3 days ago, if I'm correct, and he said the Iran-America-Israel fight is not the cost of the hike.
So we are
high. He said our leaders took advantage of this. Hope you are aware of over $7.2 billion fraud.
Okay.
During the tenure of Mele Kyari, former MD of NNPC.
Yes.
You understand? Now all those money are still there. Trillions of naira in naira. You understand? Trillions of naira. And nobody has investigated. They've summoned this man severally by the Senate. He did not appear. House of Rep, summoned him. He did not appear. House Committee on Petroleum, they've conducted a lot of meetings and nothing has come out. They said the fraud in that place and over $2.8 billion fraud in our rehabilitation of our refinery, and none is working. The one in Port Harcourt is not working. The one in Kaduna is not working. None. So you understand that it is that we've eaten and eaten and eaten, looted the common patrimony of the nation, eating the future of the nation, eating the oh Jesus.
Corruption has eaten deep.
I'm serious.
Of our children, corruption has just taken over the country.
So imagine now that you are drilling oil, and every oil being drilled is going to another country, and you don't have a say on it. I even heard
that is eating into the future of the nation.
Oshiomole said something, stood up in the house, said something, said, former governor of Zamfara State, now Minister of State for Defense, right? He went to then President Buhari and said they have a gold that has been discovered in Zamfara and is worth billions of dollars. And now they are giving it, they gave it then to Emefiele to help them market and sell and put the money in the coffer of Zamfara State. So he was not asking, Shimon was not asking Akpabio that, is the mineral resources meant for the state or for the federal? So these are the ways people try to extort us, what is it called? Try to loot our money through the state coffers. How will you say that resources of a nation is meant for a state?
I think I came across that way. I think the person was like, okay, when the north produces, it belongs to the state.
But when the south produces, it belongs to the nation.
Understand? This is how people loot. Our leaders loot our common patrimony. And this is unfortunate. Sahama is unfortunate that this is happening. If you see what is going on, the corruption that is going on in NNPC, how are we going to have refinery that is best?
In the world.
In the world, though.
The best in the world. Or let's just give it one of the best
in the world.
And it's not functioning.
And no, it's functioning now. I mean, Dangote.
Yes,
it's functioning.
Okay, I thought you were talking of
NNPC.
NNPC.
Not refine our own crude. If we have to import majority of the crude being refined, there's a problem.
It's the future that you just said has been eaten into. It's the future that has just been okay.
I don't know. I heard that most of our oil wells have been sold as collaterals to countries.
That's what I said now.
For loans, for whatever. So even our children and our children's children, you don't have anything. But there's a question. I mean, our land, our country is blessed with other resources apart from crude oil. Must we depend only on crude oil?
Can't we? Hope you are aware that if you are traveling along Jos, Lafia Jos Road, you will see a toll gate.
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes.
It's been tolled. But the federal government of Nigeria is not the one receiving the money. It's a Chinese company.
Oh.
They entered into a bargain for them to do that road. Chinese company came to Nigeria to do that road. And after the road is being constructed, they told them that they will collect the money for maybe 10 years. Or toll. That toll. They are still going to Jos. The road is still going to Jos.
Yeah,
to Jos to, you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm asking. So we don't have resources to do this road and tow it and have resources for ourselves. We have to invite a Chinese company to come and tow. You know, understand?
Because if you give indigenous companies, the government will also take money from them.
We can see how degenerated the nation is going to by the day. And I just want us to take a last video as we wrap up the show for today. And it's a movement.
Okay.
That is called the City Boy movement versus the Village Boys movement. Let's take a quick look at this video and when we'll come, we'll talk about it.
City Boys movement, so we're a convention. Can we now? City Boys mandate. Bola on your mandate. Bola on your mandate. Una shakula. City Boys nkabu nkanyi. Oriburuku bayi oloshis. Umuwanya no muwoko were. Dalono. GCK, my people go say Gafoli fan. Nigerians when I see as village boys meet city boys yesterday for Were to get little stakeholder discussion to take what belong to them. You can learn one or two lessons. My country people, whether they like, make they gather city boys, township, Olosho, and all the people together. Make when I stop to complain. They have 30 governors, they have this, they have that. You know what they don't have? They don't have the people. They no get the people. If to say Tinubu been spend the last 3 years to write his name for the heart of the people, to work for a better country, they no go need all of these shenanigans. So you know the one or two lessons where you go learn from village boys meeting with city boys. Nigerians, they think where you know say be your own, where be good government. So you no go sit down for house, get them. You will mobilize and come outside and take it. Now Tinubu himself, now in talk, say power is not served a la carte. You have to grab it, snatch it, and run with it. If you are ready to get a better government by 2027, Nigerians, stop to sit down, they complain, they get this, they get that. If you mobilize, come out and vote and protect your vote. You have the numbers and we have the capacity. And before 1 o'clock on election day, this bunch of highway political bandits will be chased out of government houses. What a bunch of shameless, greedy, self-serving charlatans calling yourself yourself city whatever. Look at your outing. Look at the shenanigans of a government. So the plan be to make Nigerians poor and wretched and hopeless, so that by the time campaign reach, you even throw one sachet of Maggi for them, they go jump to the sky to they worship you. You should be amongst men most miserable and ashamed of yourself. APC federal affliction, you are evil personified. So the plan are to steal the money of the people. Then during campaign, you take part of them, start to they buy this. One party, one person, they share 3 bags of rice plus ororo for this thing to one person for campaign season. When I buy fridge, when I buy a grinding machine, buy this and that to riburuku where when they do. All these things when they give before APC come, how much was it was fridge? Before APC come, how much be the price of a grinding machine? Waiting be the price of bag of rice before when I carry when I riburuku come. If to say economy good, where we say people get work to do to save money, the fridge where when I give them now which lights they go take to the plug them. The sewing machine will be the grinding machine where when they share. So now where they go see money to buy fuel for 1,000 something so that they go put inside. Because ori buruku lenche, oshi lenche. If to say government they work and country good for 2026 Nigeria, they use bag of rice to do empowerment for people. If to say country they work and government good for country, where be giant of Africa, they use salt and gari and rice to empower human beings in 2026. What a pathetic bunch of criminals we call leaders in this country. Nigerians, they don't true see us finish. This APC federal afflictions when I don't see Nigeria finish. Nigerians, I call on everybody, village boys, village girls, village fathers, village mothers, village brothers and sisters. All of us, the thing where they don't reach to mobilize everybody to come out and say no. What rightfully belongs to us is good government. Let us take it. This bad market where they don't give them for city whatever to sell. This rotten garden egg of a mandate where they carry the waka, they go meet us for village to tell us what they want sell. So whether na insecurity, whether na criminality, corruption, poverty, and hunger, the thing where they give una to come sell out of your greed and selfishness, una go meet us to sell them to us. Una remember that song where Father this person sing? He said, "Great things shall happen when you call on Jesus' name." Oh, for 2027. It go be great things go happen when we vote and defend votes. When we come out to vote, I next staff we say there is no network to transmit result electronically. Hey, now that time you go know the meaning of that song. You they do wonder, say high neck, you go see wonder. Eh? We go turn your life around, give you a brand news. High neck, you go see one. Nigerians, wake up and mobilize. Stop to fear waiting, they fear you. If you want good government and you know you deserve good leadership, we must wake up, mobilize, go out and get it. Tinubu na bad market, you know if you put them for show glass. City boys, this bad market you gonna carry, go hook una for neck. Your time is up, APC federal affliction. You are amongst leaders most miserable. DJ, play me flavor. Omo wanya na niyali.
And this is a story of the city boy movement versus the village boys movement. Okay, just as we watched, so this guy said he said a lot of things, and he said, like, where in 2026 do you still use rice as a means of empowerment for the people? He said you are giving them sewing machines, you are giving them bags of rice, you are giving them fridge. Where would they get the fuel to use to power these things? Said, according to him, said Tinubu na bad market. They know they put that for show glass. he was more or less like appreciating the village boy movement, because it was the city boys movement against the village boy movement. You put the people in abject poverty for 3 years, you steal their money, and then bring it a year to re-election, and then choose to empower them with it, and you throw Maggie, you expect them to jump up, and even the so-called INEC are still telling us that they cannot transmit results. It was like, nah, let's see. They go next day, they go understand the song. That song will be Ebelebe Gebo. So it is more or less like anybody that chooses to be an INEC official, you better be very careful, because the people are very, very angry. And with all of these things that have been said, this was, and it's, I just quickly, not in order to defame anybody, but still speaking of the likes of Zoradas today, it makes me wonder our Igbo brothers and the people that are aiding this city boy movement in the East. We have the likes of Obi Kubana and then Kubana Chief Priest. And I wonder, are you not hearing the cries of your people? You have the influence, you have the money. Are you not hearing the cry of your people? Is it as though we are all making noise, or do you feel this current administration, because it is in a way favoring you as a businessman, do you really think it is the best and the order of the day that you have chosen to leave the cries of your brethren? And this was the same Kubana chief priest that during the 2023 election came out and said a whole lot of things again, and he kept on saying some things until 3-4 months ago, when they rubbed sugar on his lips, and then he became quiet. And then to the more now you anywhere where you go with his. And so what are your thoughts?
I don't have any thoughts because I'm a village boy. These are our elite. When it comes to the elite, we don't have tribal sentiment. We don't have religious affiliations. So the elite is such that they are built around whatever favors them. I don't know what deal, because this city boy movement is being pioneered by Che Tinubu.
Imagine he did well. Will he need a movement as this to win the heart of the people?
So, and then one thing is that the money they are putting in place now to do this emergency social welfare scheme, if they had put it into this economy, into the life of to better the life of the citizen, they won't have spent much like this. But now they are putting it in. You know what they said, that the village boys came to show them that they are more in population, and 2027 they will come out to know that village boys own this country, not the city boys. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
But the question is, how many village boys are ready to risk?
I'm sure that Imo State is actually an APC
state.
It's an APC.
That's my shock now.
Imagine this number of people
coming out
and against them. So,
but there's something about Nigerians. We are selfish. You see, as they're making this noise now, when it reached that time, when John go mature, will all of them come out? Or
they will.
I pray.
Nobody actually saw this coming.
Yes.
So for it to have happened, that means you don't even know what
will happen.
Yes, it is. You don't plan things like this. You don't plan things like this. They just erupt.
So I want to believe that revolution has started.
It has.
We have a lot of. In fact, Nigerians are angry.
Okay, let me take that as your last one.
Nigerians are angry.
Nigerians are angry. Okay, so as for me, I am apolitical, as he said.
Yes.
I am still a village boy.
I'm
part of the village boy movement. And before we wrap up the conversation for today, we have one of ACNN finest director, producer, reporter, celebrating her birthday today. But before we disclose who this person is, let's sing, yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Her name is Mrs. Adeze Kingsley. She goes by different names though. We call her
Oh.
We call her
Madam Ada.
We call her recently Brilliantly, Mr. Yetoli, our princess. And lastly,
I do call her
what?
Miss Ogechi.
And lastly, she is being addressed as Big Mommy. We want to use this opportunity to wish you a very happy birthday. We thank you for all you do for us here in ACNN. And we pray that the good Lord will continue to bless you.
Amen.
Long life, Big Mommy.
Amen.
God bless you.
Yeah.
And thank you. Also, you have your wish. You have your wish for-
Big Mommy, you are with me a lunch.
More credit a lot, so may God grant all your earnest desires.
All right, I want to appreciate you for staying in the ships with me today, Mrs. Chinedu, and then Reverend Femi.
Thank you for having us.
As always, these are the conversations shaping our nations today. Security challenges reminds us of the urgent need for peace and stability, while the rise of Nigeria's digital economy highlights the creativity and resilience of our people. The real question is, how do we build a Nigeria where both security and opportunity thrive together? This is where we leave the conversation today. Thank you for watching Now Streaming on ACNN. I am your uncle, Somto Chikulu Okizo. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to examine the stories shaping our nation and our world. Bye for now.